Hello, my name is Catherine Chittenden, and I am teaching your students' freshman PE class. I'm very excited to get to show you guys what we're talking about in this semester. So let's get started. A little bit about me and my background. I graduated from the University of Illinois with my bachelor's degree in kinesiology. I also got my master's in public health, all online from New Mexico State University. I'm pretty familiar with education online, so hopefully I can make the class is interactive and fun for your students. This is my 7th year teaching, with my 3rd year being at Lyons Township High School. I'm teaching freshman PE and sophomore health, so hopefully I may get to see some of my students again next year. A little bit more about me, what I do for fun. I really enjoy fostering dogs, traveling, cooking, reading. I really like to exercise. It makes me really happy to get out, move around, and then it helps enable me to do adventure sports. Hopefully through this class I get to teach your students to enjoy exercising as well, to hopefully find something that they enjoy to do. That's my biggest thing, is go out there, try a bunch of different things, find what you enjoy to live a happy and healthy life. How to apply PE in a virtual setting. We are going to be talking about learning different muscle groups, learning how to exercise those different muscle groups, understanding what the cardiovascular system is and why it's important, how to set up a fitness goal and hopefully then reach the fitness goal. We are also going to be talking about assessing different fitness components to give ourselves an assessment on how we are doing, and hopefully we'll see growth throughout the semester. Additionally, this year we are integrating a curriculum from Yale for social emotional learning. This works a lot on identifying our emotions and then taking a moment to understand what tools we might need to help manage those emotions or to get to the emotion that we would want. So if we're feeling down, how can we recognize that? And if we want to feel more positive energy, how can we get there? Additionally, being in an online format, we are moving away from team sports this semester, more onto an individual fitness and fitness components. This is a great thing to teach in high school, because in high school we're setting students up for a lifetime fitness program. So this way that students are able to identify things that they like. They get to enjoy a bunch of different variety of workouts that they can do individually and with their families. So feel free to get involved in some of the videos that we do. All the videos will be online, so if your student does a fun dance or a fun boxing workout or a fun interval workout, they can show you that workout over the weekend and you can do that with them as well. So everything is on our Canvas page. And why getting some exercise in is so important is because when we exercise, when we have that blood flow to our brain, it helps our neurons communicate more. They're more active. So essentially this helps students learn better. It helps them retain information better. So getting up, moving around. If you don't have PE every day, because we don't right now in the online format, we see them 3 times a week, they should be doing exercise outside of PE class, maybe before they do their homework or maybe before their first class of the day. Getting out and exercising can really help benefit them with all of their other classes. What kinds of assignments that we're doing this year? We're incorporating fitness logs, talking about the FIT principle, frequency, intensity, time, and type, and utilizing those within our logs. We're going to do reflections on class assignments as well, maybe assessing what the workout was, what muscle groups the workout used. We also have discussion boards where students can interact online with each other, building off of each other's ideas, sharing concepts, and supporting our reasoning behind them. We'll also have a variety of different assessments. How the grades are broken down would be 20% would be objective 1, teaching skill, technique, and knowledge assessments, reflection on skill, and identifying key points of a specific skill. The next one would be written assessments covering strategies, scenarios, reflections, and observations. Objective 3 would be movement in activity. So this one is the biggest portion of the grade, 50%. And this is where they get a lot of different choices in PE. So every time that we are active, the student does get a choice to pick what they find the most engaging and exciting for them to participate in. So we should really have a lot of participation in this class, a lot of movement going on. And the last one, objective 4, this is going to incorporate our social emotional learning this semester. We're talking about sportsmanship and cooperative interactions. Being that we aren't doing team sports as much, this is where the social emotional component comes in to have positive interactions with each other during those lessons. If your son or daughter experiences anything where they may need to be excused from an activity, so say you sprained your wrist and therefore you can't put weight on your wrist, you can't be doing push-ups or specific upper body exercises, send me an email. My email is there as in the PowerPoint to let me know. Students are still expected to come to class and participate in the cognitive portion of class. Usually our workout days will be on Thursdays and Fridays. So in this class, I just have PE on Fridays. So the exercise component is usually going to be on that day of the week. And when we get a medical note or email, we focus on what the student can still do. So like I was saying, if there was a sprained wrist, they would still be able to do a lower body workout. They would still be able to go for a walk. They could still exercise and engage in activity in a different variety of ways. If there's a reason that they need to be excused for more than a couple days, making sure that there's a physician's note to the nurse. The nurse will then communicate with us what type of restrictions that the student would need. And then we can work with the student to make sure that we are respecting everything in the doctor's note. If the student needs to be completely removed from the physical activity, they're still required to be a part of the cognitive portion, still required to do the assignments. If the assignments are fitness-based, they do have 2 weeks to make it up from when they're able to engage in activities again. Being that the weather is getting a little bit nicer outside, students always have choices for their exercises, and we'd like to start offering the ability to go outside to exercise. So this is where it comes into where you should communicate with your son or daughter of what you're comfortable with them doing and what outside space that they can use if they so choose to go outside. We will be using Map My Run if students are going outside to track their fitness, to say, hey, I was able to walk 1.5 miles in the 30 minutes that we had for exercise, to show that accountability that they are outside and they are moving around. They can go outside to jump rope. They could even just take their computer or their phone outside to do the workout option in class, but taking it outside to get that sunshine, fresh air. It's really good for the body to get out. So I want to be able to make sure that they have those options, but they're doing those options safely and they're communicating with you what they want to take advantage of in class. I mentioned this briefly, that students should be active past the PE class. We meet 3 times a week, and one of those days is a fitness heavy day, and the other days we're more so talking about concepts where there might be a little bit of movement sprinkled in, but they would not be movement based on those 2 days. So making sure that your son or daughter is exercising outside of class, getting outside, walking around, going for a run. And like I said, all the options that we give students, we give them about 3 choices on the choice days for activity. They can go back and do the other 2 activities outside of PE class as well. Those are always up on Canvas. Feel free to join in on those exercises as well on the weekends and so forth. Yeah, so if you have any questions for me about exercise resources, how the class is going, expectations for your son or daughter during those workout times, please feel free to reach out to me. I love talking with parents, and I'm sorry that we didn't get to meet in person, but hopefully this little recording gives you a snapshot of what's going on in the class. Thank you so much for your time and attending. Take care.